All right, introducing here from Profit Contractors with trading tips in the truck. Hope you guys are having a great day. Here at Profit Contractors, we're all about helping you guys go from chaos to control, getting your profits to pay for your freedom. So in all honesty, you can get this business going and working for you versus you working for it. All right, so today we're going to get into, one of the biggest challenges I see all the time, and I hear it all the time is, I'm working so hard, I'm putting in the hours, but I'm not able to get the results I want. One of the biggest challenges that you guys are going to have, and you're going to keep having, is if you don't understand what I'm about to cover off today. Hey Adam, hey Alex, you're going to keep spinning your wheels, okay? There's no question, guys, okay? Being a fellow tradie, there's no question that you guys put in a ton of effort, okay? You work super hard, you put in late hours, you work on the weekends, you sacrifice so many things. I mean, you're out there in the freaking heat, at least here, or in the rain, or in the snow, or whatever. And it's not due to a lack of effort. Its core reason is that it's due to a lack of awareness. And that lack of awareness causes a daisy chain effect, okay? A combination of effects that come out of it that putting in actually more time and more effort is actually going to make things worse. I'm going to share with you guys exactly why. So, a little story, about hundreds of the contractors that come to us is that with them putting in the time, with them putting in the effort, they come, they're exhausted, and they've been trying to solve their problems, but one of the root reasons that they're not able to solve the problem is in actual reality, they're not working on the problems, okay? So as an example, okay, I've talked about this before, it's so critical. If you don't truly identify what the problem is that you're trying to solve, you'll never be able to solve it. I mean, it makes sense, right? So I'm going to get into detail, breaking down for you guys what's called the contractor's ladder of success. This is going to be killer, guys. Killer, no filler. I'm going to probably take, I'm going to take whatever it takes to go through this with you so that you can identify where you're at on this contractor's ladder of success. So you know what level you're at, so you know where it is that you got to go. Interesting that, I'm an industrial controls licensed electrician. If I didn't know that there was different levels, hey Jeff, if I didn't know that there was different levels in my apprenticeship, and I just, said, hey, what, I want to go and work on this. I want to go put in the switch gear, and I don't have the experience. I'm trying to do things at a fourth year apprenticeship level. I'm trying to do things at a licensed electrician's level. And I haven't even learned the core foundational pieces at my first year of apprenticeship, okay? Well, guess what's going to happen? In my realm, I actually saw this, man. I saw people actually die. I saw, people get their arms, I'm not joking, blown off, and crazy stuff, okay? Where people thought that they had the right level of awareness to work on things, but the reality was they weren't ready for it. Guys, your business, okay? Your business has different levels that you got to focus in on. And if you don't get clarity on what level you're at, then number one, if you don't know where you're at, how the hell do you know where you got to go, right? If I asked you right now to meet me, if I said to you, I've got, $5 million sitting right here for you. You come and get it, I'll give you the $5 million. But the rule of the game is this: you don't even know where you're at. So the $5 million is sitting right here. Like, here you go, there's $5 million. And if you come to get it, I'll give you the $5 million. I mean, that's it. You just got to come here, pick it up. But if you don't know where you're at, you're never going to be able to get to the destination that you've got to go. So that's number one. Okay, so number one principle is you need to know where you're at in the contractor's ladder of success. I'm going to draw it out for you guys. I'm going to help identify where you're at, and then we can go from there, okay? Next thing is this. Principle number two. Back to solving problems, okay? I want you to think about right in your head, whether you're driving in your truck, whether you're at the office, Jeff, Alex, Adam, I want you to think about what are some of the biggest problems that you've got. Like, let's just pick the top 2 problems that you have. Keep it short and sweet. If you can type it in here, that's awesome. If you're watching this afterwards, just keep it in your head, okay? This is not going to be difficult, okay? So I'll give you guys like a couple of seconds to do that. I'm just going to have a sip of my Mojo here. Okay, so actually that's pretty gross. I just picked up my coffee. Oh man, that was yesterday's or maybe 2 days ago coffee. So yeah, so that's pretty gross. I'm gonna try and grab the right one now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it makes a difference, when it's hot and probably not chunky with milk, rotten milk in it. All right, let's go. So you got your top two. Type in here, guys, not enough work, okay? Jeff says not enough work. Jeff, brother, I'm going to be straight up with you. The reality is, Jeff, that's not the problem. You're like, what? So many times we talk about the problem when in reality, all we're talking about is the bloody symptom. Alex, type in, dude. Type in what came to your mind when you thought about one of the problems you're trying to solve, or a couple of the problems, okay? So we're going to go here with Jeff. Alex is training. Okay, so Jeff says, not enough work. I'm going to pick on you, Jeff, okay, this morning? Guys, not enough work is a symptom, okay? It's a symptom, and if we keep focusing in on the symptom, man, I don't have enough work, I don't have enough work, I don't have enough work. That's not going to change anything, okay? Adam says, trying to get my business and process of building systems, I'm finding a lot of bookkeeping issues across the board that I find myself fixing before I can keep moving forward, missing invoices. Okay, so Adam, you're getting into a little bit more about the true problems, but let's deal with you, Jeff, not enough work. The reason you don't have enough work, and there's not one reason, okay? The real problem, Jeff, is going to be one of two things, okay? In your case, Jeff, and anybody else listening in, Jeff, your true problem is going to be one of two core things. Now, there's going to be a whole subset of different things below that, but here are the core things. Number one is you're not getting enough leads. In other words, you're not getting enough quality. I didn't say fucking doing enough, more and more quotes. I'm talking about enough quality prospects into your funnel. Enough quality prospects, Jeff, that are worthy of being quoted. That's number one. Number two problem, Jeff, that you have to look at is we're not converting. We are not converting enough of the jobs that we're quoting, okay, that meet the criteria of them being worthy of being quoted, but we're not converting enough of those quotes into Class A clients. So from Class A prospects to Class A clients. Because here's the thing, Jeff, isn't it funny? Or it's a combination of both, right? So it could be problem number one, not enough quality leads. Problem number two, not a high enough conversion rate of those leads. Problem potentially number three, right? Sorry, not two, three, is both of those combined, okay? Now, there's a subset of different things, Jeff, that would generate those leads, right? It could be your marketing, it could be, well, it definitely would be your marketing as far as leads. It could be, the language you use, it could be the scripting, it could be, tons of stuff, okay? But the reality is, breaking it down at a high level problem, it's number of leads times our conversion rate gives us what? Right? Gives us what? More work, right? Gives us enough work. Getting enough work, focusing on that by itself is the symptom, guys. We're not going to solve anything unless we identify the problem. So now we're going to bring this up to the CEO, champion CEO level, which is, that's an example, guys, of just, a very specific problem and looking at it, versus a symptom. And here's the problem is that's at this level, no problem, Jeff, okay? Like that actual problem. Imagine that you don't know where you're at. I'm sort of like drawing this triangle because I'm about to draw it on the board here. Imagine that you don't know where you're at in the contractor's ladder of success. In other words, imagine if you don't know if your business is a first term apprenticeship, a second term, a third term, a fourth term, a fifth term. If you don't know where your business is at, how in God's name are you ever going to be able to solve or even identify, have the right level of awareness of being able to identify what the true problems are? And let me go to the next level, okay? So number one, guys, okay, we gotta have the right level of awareness, okay, of where we need to be at. Number two, okay, guys, is that we got to stop focusing on the symptoms and focusing on the problems. Number three, okay, is that to generate the right level of answer, you have to be asking yourself the right questions, which we're going to get into. But again, if you don't know where you're at, if you don't know where you're at in your business, okay, all you champion CEOs watching this, if you don't know where you're at in your business, in this contractor's ladder of success, which is a complete game changer. You're never going to be able to solve your problems, and you're just going to be Groundhog Day over and over and over and over and over again, okay? So let's wrap this baby up in 5 minutes, and let's get you guys to identify, number one, where you're at in this contractor's ladder of success. Okay, so Alex, Adam, Jeff, okay? Put a thumbs up if you can see my board. Let me draw this. Oh, gotta get the old marker working here. Okay. Okay, remember I said there's like, remember I talked about, you guys good? Okay, awesome, all right. So guys, here's the thing. There's 5 levels, right? Just like I had, 5 years, 5 years sort of apprenticeship, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term apprentice, right? And then finally become a licensed electrician. In this case, we got 5 steps in moving us up this contractor's ladder of success, becoming a champion CEO. And again, when you can identify where you're at, then you can start moving yourself up the contractor's ladder of success. So guys, very first place that we look at is startup. Okay? Startup is just the beginning, okay? Startup, guys, is basically the level that you're at whereby it doesn't mean that you just started your business. It means you're at a startup level as far as where your business is at, as far as the evolution of your business. A good indicator of startup, guys, okay, is this. Startup is where we need to master the technician's role, okay? I don't give a shit if you're 1-person team, 10-person team, 100-person team, okay? You need to master this level here, and you need to master the technician's role. And the key to this, okay, is you need to make sure that the jobs are done right the first time, okay? Usually what happens is we lose a shitload of money because we don't get the jobs done right the first time. And then guess what happens? We're like, hey man, you know what? I need more sales. I need more jobs, like in your case, Jeff. And we don't even have this optimized, okay? So we need to make sure, guys, that we optimize getting the technician's work done. Now, does that mean you got to be on the tools? I'm going to be straight up with you. If you want to truly systemize this so that you can get off the tools, because guess what? You want to be a champion CEO? I hear this all the time, and I'm going to challenge you guys on this. I honest to God, I have no mercy. I have no mercy. I have no forgiveness for anybody that's listening in on this thinking that, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of slack. I'm going to get a lot of people chirping. You know what? When I say that if you want to be a lone wolf contractor, okay, you want to be just a one-man show, a two-man show, okay, honest to God, I would seriously tell you to consider giving it up and go work for somebody. I'll tell you why. The amount of risk that you take as a business owner, just running a business, the amount of sacrifice that you take, the amount of like if you don't get work, you don't get paid. I mean, really, at the end of the day, is so exponential that if you're not looking at building a business that can work and get enough profits to pay for your freedom, what the hell is the point, okay? So let's just call that as it is, okay? I'm not going to hold back on that, okay? Anybody says, hey man, I'm my own boss, I do my own thing. Okay, dude, awesome, excellent. Pray to God you don't get hit by a freaking truck. Pray to God that you don't trip and break an ankle. You see, in the world of trades, I know what that's like, okay? I used to be that one-man show. Hey man, the bank account was going up. I didn't have to worry about any other guys. Didn't have to worry about, certain things. Oh, I could just do, certain jobs at my own pace. And then, son of a bitch, guess what happened? I ended up, okay, a little personal, I ended up getting injured, okay? I ended up having to go to the hospital. I didn't want to get injured. Who did I put at risk? Not just me. I put my whole family at risk. I couldn't put the food on the table because I was getting paid by what? By the amount of time that I put in. So I was getting paid by time. And if you want to grow a business, you got to start thinking beyond getting paid by time. You got to start thinking about getting, paid by investing into your team such that they can exponentially give you incredible high profits. beyond you, okay? Because your profits pay for your freedom, okay? We'll get into that a little bit later on. But guys, startup is mastering the technician level. That means getting the jobs done right the first time. Because if you can't get that right, why the hell would we want to expand our sales? If you got problems now, you know, you're gonna have massive, massive problems, okay? And here's the thing. At this level, guys, I call it, you know, when I look at this, I call it, you know, you wanna fix the drip, right? If we were looking at this plumbing language, I want to fix the drips, okay? Or find the drips to fix the leaks, okay? So find the drips to fix the leaks. That's what we want to do here, so that we don't end up with like a freaking flood, okay, of problems. Okay, next level, okay? Let's pick this up. Next level is survival. Now, survival, guys, survival is because you've been able to get the guys going and being efficient and running their jobs properly, okay, getting the job done right the first time, you've been able to get control such that you're able to then move up to this level. Now I put foreman. What do I put for foreman? Foreman is all about being able to take it up to the next level of management, right? That means you're able to manage multiple technicians that are doing the job right the first time, which then enables you to do what? It allows you to start making money, okay? In a lot of cases at this level, you know, we're just trying to get beyond the, you know, we're trying to be profitable, but we're not gonna make a ton of money here at the technician level if we're stuck on the tools. But the benefit, if we have the right mindset of identifying where we're at the technician level, is that we've systemized things so that we've gotten the stuff out of our heads into the hands of our team. Now the team knows how to do things without us having to do it for them. And now we're able to go to the level of being a foreman so we can manage the technicians and manage multiple jobs. Now, why is it survival? Survival, this is typically, you'll know if this is, so you'll know if you're at startup, if you're still having to be on the tools. You'll know you're at startup if you're having to be on the tools, not just to bring in money, but to make sure that the jobs get right the first time, okay? Next. You'll know you're at survival if you're able to run multiple jobs, okay, and you've got multiple technicians out in the field and you're managing them. Now your foot might be still a little bit back here, but you're graduating, okay? You're moving up to that next level of apprenticeship, okay? Apprenticeship of becoming a champion CEO. Survival is key, guys, because here's what starts happening. Because we're doing more work and we're able to do more work, we have this thing called cash flow, right? We have cash flow issues. So because there's a lot of money going out and money coming in, you have to really balance that. And if you don't get this right in managing your money, you can go from survival and you can actually go into bankruptcy, okay? So this is all about being able to manage multiple jobs, not just managing enough of the crews, but this also being the foreman from a business perspective as well, to make sure that you're able to manage your cash flow, okay? So that you know you're not taking on too many jobs, maybe too many big jobs. You know, you're balancing enough small jobs, the big jobs, that you get enough cash coming in. Because we all know, right? This is what a lot of people don't understand, right? They try to coach, they try to help business owners that are in the trades, and God love them, right? I'm sure there's a lot of them that do, but because they don't understand the trades, okay? Like, I'm a tradie, my whole team are tradies, okay? Because they don't understand the trades, what they don't understand is that in the contracting world, as a contractor, right, I had to pay for the guys, I had to pay for the material, I had to pay for the taxes, I had to pay for the trucks, I had to pay for the gas, I had to pay for all that shit before I get paid, right? So if we don't manage that properly, we can easily come into cash flow issues, okay? Next level, okay, is stability. Now, guys, this is where the money starts amplifying. And the reason it starts amplifying is because we're able to be more of a project manager, okay? Almost like a senior manager, in the sense that we're able to manage one foreman or maybe two foremen, and we're able to expand the amount of work that we do. And not only that, we're able to project manage the business. We're able to focus at this level on optimizing our marketing, making sure that we got enough lead flow to get enough deal flow to get enough workflow, okay? So at this level, we want to get enough lead flow to give us enough deal flow That means we're landing enough jobs, enough projects to manage to give us enough workflow. Okay? There we go. Perfect. All right. So as I'm going through this, identify where you're at. Stability is, you're off the tools, man. You're off the tools, but you're off the tools. You're able to start running the business, start being more of a champion CEO versus being a manager, okay? And you're able to really balance so that your bank account is really going up, okay? Big time. Because you've got enough work coming in a consistent basis with the right type of work that we're able to, and at this level, we're able to manage the dashboard, okay? We're able to manage the dashboard and make sure that the jobs are profitable, that what we quote to what is actually happening is the gap is super narrowed. If not, we're doing the jobs better than what we quoted, and we're making even more money than what we thought we were going to make, okay? At this level, you've got clarity of what your break-even point is. You got clarity of what profitability means, okay, and what it takes to be profitable, okay? So the next level, okay, is scale, okay? Scale is the ability to multiply, okay? Scale is the ability to basically have a right-hand person, and this is where you're acting in the role of a GM. Okay, now, as we go up here, it doesn't mean that you're not touching these points or wearing these hats. But the problem is that down here, predominantly, you're wearing the hat a lot of the technician. Then you're wearing more of the hat of the foreman, then more of the hat of the project manager as you're wearing less and less and less of these hats. So then you can start becoming the general manager. Now, GM is all about scale. The GM is all about, taking a step back, really looking at strategy, okay? Looking at strategy. Okay, strategy to scale. That's what it's all about. Like, how do we scale this, right? Now, that might mean for you that, you know what the sweet spot is. You know exactly here's how far we want to go, here's how far we don't want to go. Okay? Scale is all about getting the business to start going way beyond you. At this stage here, at stability and up, okay? At stability and up, you're really able to take time off. You're really able to do the things you want to do when you want to do them. You're really able to get that control, the freedom, and the wealth that you want. It's starting to build at this point up, okay? Down here, once you start getting this happening, especially even at the technician level, you're able to go away, for a week and know that the guys, once you start moving into survival, you're able to go away for a week or two on vacation, and the guys have what they need to get the job done right the first time. So you're not coming back to freaking fires and having to take off one week, work 2-3 weeks worth of extra hours just to catch up, right? To put out those fires. The next level is sell. Now sell is all about this business is at this level. We're here at the champion CEO level. Okay. The champion CEO level is huge, guys. And this is where the business is able to run without us, okay? And it doesn't mean that you need to get out of the business. It means the value of the business has gone up, okay? So, guys, as I've gone through this, if your jobs aren't getting done right the first time, if you're having to get on the tools, or if you're your one-man show, you've got to get this built up, have other people do it beyond you as far as doing the work. So are you at startup, are you at survival, are you at stability, are you at scale, are you at sell, right? And really, you want to talk about the big dollars. This is where things become leveraged. This is where we start to, you put in $1, you get $3 back, because you're able to scale the business, get the lead flow, that marketing is an investment. If I spend this much, I'm going to get this much back. You know that if we get this many opportunities, we're going to land this many jobs. Okay? So guys, it's a lot to cover, but here's the thing. Wherever you're at in life, back to the original principle of knowing where you're at, if you don't know where you're at, here's what's going to happen. You're going to work on things at the wrong level, and you're not ready for that level. You need to get these pieces. Each one of these is building blocks, like foundational pieces. And it comes back to the other principle, which is being able to solve the true problems by asking the right questions, right? If you're constantly for the last year or 2 or 10 years or 20 or 30 years going, man, it seems like I'm at a ceiling. It seems like every time I, think I'm moving ahead, I've made progress here, or maybe not, but let's say you have made progress here, the technicians are able to do their job, I got some foremans, I've got, other people that are starting to run these jobs, but I just can't seem to get past it. Like the business is still running me. I'm still a prisoner to my business. The core reason for that, guys, is because you're not solving the problems at the level you're at, or the previous level. You haven't solved those problems, right? You know what it's like if you can't build on a solid foundation. If you're thinking that you're kicking butt here, but this isn't solid, that's impossible, okay? You can't build upon a weak foundation, okay? And usually what tends to happen, guys, this last thing, is you get caught into the story, right? We keep going, oh man, I can't find good guys. Oh man, I got bad cash flow. By the way, none of these things I'm going to list to you are problems. These are all symptoms, right? I can't find good people. I can't get my guys to do what I'm asking them to do, right? Jeff says in between startup and foreman, right? I can't control my cash flow. It's like a roller coaster. I'm not making enough profits for all the effort I put in. Any of this stuff resonating, right? I can't find any good clients that'll pay me. It just goes on and on and on. Those are all bad symptoms, and they're bad fucking stories that keep on playing in your head, and they're not doing you any good. What will happen when you keep telling yourself a bad story is you'll buy into the belief. You'll keep on reinforcing this belief. Oh, there's no good guys out there. That's a bunch of bullshit, okay? The millennials today, they're not, they're not hard workers. Guys, listen, I've hired millennials. We have millennials. We've got a new millennial that we just hired right now. The guy's a freaking rock star sales guy, okay? I got tons of our clients that hire millennials, and they are freaking rock stars. Why? They're rock stars with technology. They're rock stars with having new ideas and implementing new things, and they're ideal for change, okay? Now, they have some things that you have to deal with, obviously, right? Like they get sidetracked easy, right? They want a work-life balance. Okay, well, guess what? Either you adapt with the change of the society, of where things are going, or guess what? You're going to be left behind, okay? Guys, you got to stop playing these stories, number one. And you got to make the change today, right? So first change I want you to understand is understand where you're at. You're never going to be able to get to that $5 million in my office, or get to the profits, get to the freedom, get to the control that you want, unless you know where you're at to know where you're going. You see, and back to that story. You see, most people, when I ask the question when I even asked, with Jeff today, I said, like, what's some of your problems? And Jeff's like, I'm not able to get enough work. Usually what people, when they describe the symptom, it's the gap, okay? It's the gap between where they are, right? Where they are here and where they want to go, okay? They talk about the symptom, right? I don't have enough cash flow and I need to make I need to get more cash flow. That's a gap, and that's a symptom, and that's a story, okay? The problem of you not having enough cash flow is not one thing, right? Is the problem actually that, you're not quoting profitably? Is the problem, right? Because if you're not freaking quoting profitably, then you're going to have bad cash flow. And here's the last little trick. You're identifying. Okay, so first things first, know where you're at in the contractor's ladder of success so that you know what questions to be asking yourself. Number 2, identify the true problems you've got. Pick one area, guys, and focus in on that area. Is it the technicians? Okay. Is it, how you're landing the clients here and onboarding the clients? What are the true problems? Now, here's the thing. You'll know you've identified the problem if you ask yourself, if I had 10 of those, or if I got 10 of that, or 100 of that, or did 100 of that, okay, that it would change the symptom or remove the symptom. Let me give a personal example, okay? I always used to say, man, I gotta lose some weight. I gotta lose some weight. I'm overweight. Stuff like that. I'm out of shape, guys. Okay, I'm overweight, and I'm out of shape. Are symptoms. Okay. Now I know I'm making it personal here. Maybe this is resonating with some of you guys. Hopefully you're not being offended, but I'm doing this because I love you. Okay. The problem, it was not that I was overweight or out of shape. The problem was that I had bad eating habits, right? I didn't have consistently good eating habits, and I didn't have consistency in working out to be healthy. Now look at those two. If I ate better and better and better, would I lose weight and be healthier? The answer is yes. If I go to the gym and I work out and I exercise more and more with that balanced diet, am I going to lose weight and be in better shape? The answer is yes, because I'm identifying the true problem, okay? So guys, that's it, okay? Identify the true problem. So many of us struggle with this. Like, where do I start? What do I do? This is where you start, okay? And what do you got to start with? You got to start with making the change today. You guys want help on this, okay? You want some guidance on ensuring you understand exactly where you're at. Because trust me, if you don't get this right, when I didn't get this right, I just fucking worked harder and harder, 50 hours, 60, 70, 80. I was thinking that if I put in more time, I'd get more time back. I would solve this problem. I was telling myself this story of, you know what, things are going to get better sometime. That's a bunch of bullshit. Things are only going to get better if you're solving the problems for where you're at right now, okay? On the weight thing, right, and getting in shape, me buying more running shoes, me buying more gym memberships, more elliptical trainers, more weights in my basement was not solving the frickin' problem, okay? It was just band-aiding the symptom, right? It made me feel good for a moment. Oh man, I got this gym membership. Oh, okay, whew. Yeah, okay, that's band-aiding it, okay? That's band-aiding the symptom. That's all it's doing, making you feel good for a moment. It's not solving the true problem, okay? You're either moving up this contractor's ladder of success, or you're moving, down this contractor's ladder of success, okay? Or you're either staying exactly where you're at, and in all honesty, that's the same as moving down, right? The old analogy, right? A tree that stops growing, right, is dead. You have to constantly be growing, okay? Your business needs to constantly be growing. And you either have a plan, guys, to progress, or you have a plan to poverty and a plan of pain, okay? So, guys, if you want some help with this, just comment below. If you want to get your hands on, getting insights on this contractor's ladder of success, you want to get this in your hands, let me know. And that's basically it. All right. So, guys, focus in on number one, identifying where you're at in the contractor's ladder of success. This, guys, does not exist anywhere else in the world. Okay. How do I know that? Because I created it. Okay. And I created it through the pain, through the poverty, right? And through learning it the hard way, okay? I was here, just to let you know, I was here for about 10 years, and I didn't even know it, okay? And I just kept on getting a little bit past, from startup to survival, and then I would, get some right-hand guys, and then I would think I was over here, I'd not even known it, and then I dropped back down again, and go up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? You can't work that way, okay, guys? You don't build a house that way, right? You build the foundation, you make sure it's solid, you make sure the quality is there, you do all the inspections on it, you do all the right things, then you prep and you get ready and you put the next floor up. And you do the same thing. Next level, next level. It's the same thing with your business, guys, okay? So, I think that's basically what I wanted to cover off today. Know where you're at to know where you gotta go. I gotta get rock and rolling because I know where I gotta be I know where I'm at, and I know where I gotta be in like T-minus 30 minutes. Catch you guys on the flip. Andrew Houston from Profit Contractors with trading tips in the truck. I know this was a long one, but guess what? Play it back, watch it, comment. If you want help, that's probably, I guess, the last thing I'd say. One of the biggest things that these guys do, okay, people in our community, in our family, this is what they do. They ask for help. Yeah, they put pride aside, okay, and make progress a priority. Man, that's not a bad one, right? They put pride aside and they make progress a priority, okay? So guys, do the same thing, okay? One step at a time. And if anybody tells you it's a magic wand, like, man, you do this, go with this marketing, plan that we have, buy this service and that service, and within a week you're gonna have everything solved. That's a fucking bunch of bullshit, okay? This is a journey. It takes time, it takes effort. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not easy. Anybody that tells you it's easy is a bunch of bullshit, but guess what? Anything worthwhile is not easy, in my opinion. You wanna become a champion CEO? Man, you gotta work it. You wanna get in shape? Man, you gotta go to the gym, you gotta sweat. You gotta feel the pain, right? For the gain, right? Feel the pain for the gain. Might be insane, but anyways, that's it, guys. Before I start saying some other stupid stuff. So again, you want help? Mention it below. You want to become part of the contractor tips group. If you're not, get more insights like this. Get more of the tools. I'll be putting, guys, this one pager in the contractor tips group, so you guys can get access to it. Anybody wants access to it, consider joining the group. Again, if you're not serious about becoming champion CEO, don't join the group. If you're listening to this and you're bobbing the truck, okay, God love you, but please don't apply to be in that group, because that's not who we're trying to help, and those are not the beliefs that are in line with our beliefs. I'm not trying to say you're a bad person. I'm just saying that's not what we do, okay? I'm all about getting your profits to pay for your freedom. Not just for the business, but definitely more so on the personal side, and it's all about becoming a champion CEO. Okay, guys, we'll catch you on the flip. Rock and roll. Later. Gator.